I first visited Heart of God Church in 2004. I was such a gawky and awkward boy. In school, I had no goals or ambitions. I was happy going unnoticed and to just be someone who does average in school. I never did my homework and merely lived life day by day. I did not bother joining any CCAs. When I had an interest in playing the guitar, I could not even be bothered to practice the guitar either. Anything in my life, I was content with being average. It was till one day in 2006 when everything changed. I was going about my daily routine of lazing around that day, and I suddenly felt an indescribable emptiness in my heart. I had no purpose, no plan. I thought to myself, this can't be all to my life. There has to be something more. I knew then that I needed God in my life. As I came for service that weekend, I felt a new lease of life. I saw how my friends in church lived their life with purpose and joy. I wanted the same in my life too. It was also at the time when Pastor Seow taught us about academic excellence. He shared that God puts creativity, ability, and productivity in all of us. Creativity is not just about being artistic, but it is about being creative in solving problems. If we go about life acquiring knowledge, we will bring that creativity out from the inside of us and grow abilities. That really changed my perspective towards school and even in pursuing my interests. I have the potential to be creative, but it is up to me to do something about it. I knew that I needed to stop being lazy and to step out of my comfort zone. I started to apply this attitude towards my studies. At that time, I was enrolled in the Sonic Arts course in Republic Polytechnic, a course on sound engineering and music production. I began to study hard and consistently for all my exams. My leaders also taught me how to put order into my life. They shared with me that if I fail to plan, I plan to fail. Hence, I planned my schedule such that I had enough time to study. In class, while most of my classmates blanked out during lessons, I made full use of class time to pay attention and understand concepts. I no longer saw studying as a chore, but I knew that learning helps me to be more creative and to increase my abilities. With that mindset, I no longer remained as that student who could not be bothered to finish his work and laze around his bed. I studied hard and was curious to learn, and I knew I could do well with God inside of me. In fact, for my third semester, I scored straight A's, which gave me a perfect score of 4.0 on 4.0 for my GPA. I even got onto the Dean's list for 5 out of 6 semesters that I took. Because I excelled in my studies, I had the opportunity of working with a local production house that produced many local MediaCorp dramas. I gave it my best and grew in my skills. I received such great feedback that my teachers even began inviting me to work with them in their studios. I was only 18 years old at that time, but they were already offering to pay me on an average of about $3,000 a project. Not just in my studies, I also decided to be serious about my interest in music. I picked up the guitar and started practicing day and night. But not just practicing, I would also think of other ways to improve my playing as well. Once, I took apart my entire guitar and I sanded the neck down of the instrument just so that it was smoother for me to play and to move my fingers up and down the fretboard. As I thought out of the box and found creative ways to improve my playing, I grew in my abilities. In 2010, I started to volunteer in church as a sound engineer. I gained experience using professional soundboards that my peers never had the chance to use. I also volunteered as an electric guitarist on the worship team. This gave me opportunities to play in front of big crowds and gain many insights as a musician. As I grew more experienced in these areas, the work I did in school became second nature to me. I began to do so well in school that I was recommended by my school for a selection interview at the Media Development Authority for an internship and research program. If I was selected, they would fly me to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is ranked 3rd worldwide. As this was a very prestigious internship, there were many grueling selection interviews. Though it was daunting, I walked into each interview faith-filled and confident. Eventually, I was the only one who passed every single interview. In June 2009, I was officially accepted as an MIT intern. I worked very closely with the top professors and students from renowned schools like Berklee College of Music. In fact, I was the youngest and only polytechnic student there amongst all the university students. For 3 months, we developed sound effects for video games like Death. In fact, now we are going to listen to just one of the compositions that I came up with for the game. Intro and the trailer of the game itself. This piece was meant to encapsulate a heroic feel and at the same time leave a little bit of suspense to the players. This is just one of the many compositions I did while at MIT. It was an experience I would never forget. Truly, God has placed creativity, productivity, and abilities in all of us. Just last year, I graduated from Republic Polytechnic with a GPA that was beyond my expectations. I came out as a top student with a GPA of 3.88 upon 4.0. As I was the top student of my entire cohort, I received the prestigious Board of Governors Award. I was even appointed the valedictorian of my entire faculty, the School of Technology for the Arts. At the commencement ceremony, I gave a speech to thousands of students about how I excelled. I was hungry to learn and I was curious to know. Who would have thought that an awkward 14-year-old boy could stand on stage 8 years later as the top student and valedictorian of his entire cohort? Truly, God has placed creativity, productivity, and abilities in me. All it took was for me to act on it. Back at home, my mom has also seen a change in me and we've grown so much closer. She shared that she's so happy that I'm coming to church and doing well in school. She has even started attending our church almost every single week with me. Now, my mom and I have a common vision to love my family together. I want to take this opportunity to thank my mom for being so supportive in everything I do, be it in school or in church. I also want to thank Daniel and Garrett for always encouraging me to be more creative and grow in my abilities, and for guiding me in my walk with God. Lastly, thank you Pastor Hao and Pastor Leah for teaching us about academic excellence and giving me countless of opportunities to grow in my abilities. If not for you, I would not have realized that I had the potential to excel in all the areas of my life. I used to live a mediocre life, thinking that average was the best I could ever do. I lazed around at home every day. I had no vision, no goals, no ambitions. But now, I have visions and dreams for my future. I'm no longer awkward and shy, but I'm confident because I've God in me. I have also learned how to constantly think out of the box. Even a year after I have graduated from Republic Polytechnic, they are still using my story as an example to inspire future students thought someone like me can be an inspiration to others. With God, I'm truly excelling in every aspect of my life. Friends, we are not meant for mediocrity. We're meant for great things in our lives. All of us can be creative, but it is up to you to maximize your potential to its fullest. Today, have faith and step out of your comfort zone. Thank you.